Have you ever wondered why some people learn English quickly, while others struggle for years? Some people seem to speak English naturally, without fear or mistakes. But for many learners, English feels difficult, slow, and sometimes even impossible. If you have felt this way, don't worry, you are not alone. The good news is that experts have discovered the secrets to learning English fluently. These are not just random tips. These are real methods used by people who have learned multiple languages successfully. And today, I will share 5 powerful secrets that can help you speak English faster and more confidently than ever before. This is not just another English lesson. You won't hear me tell you to just study grammar or memorize more words. Instead, I will show you what really works. Practical techniques that you can use right away in your daily life. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or if you have been learning for years but still don't feel fluent. This video is for you. These 5 tips will change the way you learn English and help you speak with confidence in no time. So, stay with me until the end, because these expert tips will transform your English skills and make fluency possible for you. Let's get started. Tip 1. The power of consistent practice. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It's all about consistent daily practice. 1. Practice regularly, not just occasionally. When I first started learning English, I was excited and motivated. I imagined myself speaking fluently, having conversations with native speakers, and understanding movies without subtitles. However, I made a big mistake. I only practiced once or twice a week. I thought that as long as I studied English for a few hours at a time, I would improve quickly. But after several months, I realized that I was still struggling. I would forget words, mix up grammar rules, and feel nervous when speaking. Learning a language is like going to the gym. If you only exercise once a week, your muscles won't grow. But if you train regularly, even if it's just for a short time each day, you will see real progress. The key to fluency is consistency. Practicing for just 15 to 30 minutes a day is more effective than studying for hours once a week. Your brain needs constant exposure to English to absorb and remember new words and structures. The more often you practice, the faster you will improve. The same goes for English. Consistency is key. The more often you practice, the faster you improve. 2. Make English a daily habit. One of the best things I learned was how to make English part of my daily life. In the past, I thought I had to sit down and study English for hours to improve. But I soon realized that small, consistent efforts every day are much more effective than long study sessions once in a while. Even if I only had 15 minutes, I made sure to engage with English in some way. There are many ways to incorporate English into your daily routine. Use language learning apps. Apps like Duolingo, Memrise, or Anki help you review vocabulary and grammar in just a few minutes a day. Watch short English videos. Whether it's a TED Talk, a vlog, or a short clip from a TV show, watching native speakers helps you improve your listening skills. Listen to English music and podcasts. Even if you're doing other activities like exercising or commuting, you can listen to English in the background. Read a little every day. It doesn't have to be a whole book. Even a single page of an article or a short story helps. Write a journal entry in English. Writing just a few sentences about your day helps reinforce vocabulary and sentence structure. It's like a daily workout for your brain. At first, these small efforts might seem too simple. You may wonder, will 15 minutes a day really help? But the truth is, over time, these small habits add up. For example, imagine you learn 5 new words every day. It may not seem like much, but after 1 month, you will have learned 150 new words. After a year, that number grows to 1,800 words. That's more than enough to have everyday conversations in English. Remember, you don't have to study for hours. Just a little bit every day can bring massive results. 3. Start with the basics. Don't overwhelm yourself. In the beginning, I made another big mistake. I thought that reading difficult books would help me improve faster. So, I picked up Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen and started reading. But after a few pages, I felt completely lost. The vocabulary was too difficult, the sentences were long and complex, and I understood almost nothing. I felt frustrated and wanted to give up. Learning English is like learning to swim. You start in the shallow water, not the deep end. If you try to take on too much at once, you will feel frustrated and overwhelmed. Instead, start with the basics and build up your confidence step by step. Here's what you can do instead. Read simple books first. Start with children's books, graded readers, or short stories. These are designed for learners and help you improve without feeling overwhelmed. Focus on basic conversations. Instead of memorizing complex grammar rules, learn common phrases and expressions that people use in everyday life. Learn useful vocabulary first. You don't need to know every word in the dictionary. Focus on words that are used frequently in daily conversations. Improve step by step. Just like you wouldn't start lifting heavy weights at the gym on your first day, don't rush into difficult content. Take small steps and build your skills gradually. For example, if you're just starting, try reading a children's book like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Once you feel comfortable, move on to short stories or graded readers designed for learners. Over time, you can challenge yourself with newspapers, novels, or online articles. Fluency is a journey. Take it step by step, and you'll build a strong foundation. Key takeaway: fluency is not about studying hard once in a while, it's about practicing consistently. The more you use English, the faster you will improve. Practice regularly. Even short daily sessions help build fluency faster than long, irregular study sessions. Make English part of your life. Use apps, videos, and reading materials that you enjoy to stay engaged. Start simple. Don't try to do too much at once. Build your confidence before moving on to more difficult content. Imagine fluency as a plant. You can't just pour a lot of water on it once a week and expect it to grow. Instead, you must water it a little bit every day. Give it sunlight and be patient. Over time, you will see steady growth. Stick with it, and you'll see progress faster than you expect. Tip 2. Unlocking the power of immersion. The fastest way to learn English is to immerse yourself in it. The more you surround yourself with the language, the more natural it becomes. 1. Passive exposure isn't enough. Be active. When I first started learning English, I thought that watching TV shows would magically make me fluent. So, I binge-watched an entire season of Friends in English, feeling proud of myself for listening to native speakers. But after finishing the season, I realized something surprising. I barely learned anything. I still struggled to understand conversations, and I couldn't remember many new words. Watching without engaging is like listening to music in the background. You enjoy it, but you don't really absorb it. The problem? Passive exposure alone is not enough. If you really want to improve, you need to actively engage with the content. Here are some ways to do that. Pause and repeat sentences. When you hear a phrase that sounds useful, pause the video and say it out loud. Try to match the pronunciation and tone of the speaker. Write down new words and look them up. Don't just guess the meaning. Check the dictionary and learn how the word is used in context. Practice shadowing. Listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it out loud, copying the way native speakers talk. This improves your pronunciation and fluency quickly. Think of this like actively participating in a conversation instead of just listening in. The more you interact with what you hear, the faster your brain will absorb English naturally. The more you interact with English, the faster you will learn. Don't just listen, engage actively. 2. Turn every English show, song, and article into a learning tool. Many people think that watching TV shows, listening to music, or reading articles is just for fun. But what if I told you that these things could become powerful learning tools? The trick is to use them the right way. Watching a TV show? Don't just listen. Take notes, rewind, and mimic pronunciation. If there is a new phrase, write it down and try to use it in a conversation later. Listening to an English song? Read the lyrics, sing along, and try to understand the meaning of the words. If you hear a phrase you like, challenge yourself to use it in a sentence. Reading an article? Highlight new words, then write a short summary using them. This helps you learn vocabulary in context and improve your writing skills. Think of it like diving into the ocean instead of just standing on the shore. The deeper you go, the faster you'll improve. For example, instead of just watching an English movie, turn it into a learning experience. 1. Watch once with subtitles. Pay attention to how words are used in real conversations. 2. Watch again without subtitles. Challenge yourself to understand as much as possible. 3. Repeat key sentences. Mimic how native speakers pronounce and stress words. This method helps you internalize English naturally and develop a better ear for the language. Immersion doesn't mean just surrounding yourself with English, it means engaging with it every day. 3. Step out of your comfort zone. Speak with real people. One of the biggest breakthroughs in my English learning journey came when I forced myself to speak, even when I wasn't confident. At first, I was terrified of making mistakes. I worried that people would judge me, or that I wouldn't know what to say. But I quickly realized something important. Fluency isn't about perfection, it's about communication. Speaking English is like learning to swim. You don't improve by just reading about it, you get better by jumping in and practicing. Here are some simple ways to start speaking English in real life. Start with small interactions. Order food in English, ask for directions, or chat with a barista at a cafe. These small moments will build your confidence. Find an online language exchange partner. There are many platforms where you can practice with native speakers or other learners. Apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky can connect you with people who want to practice English. Join English-speaking groups or forums. Whether it's a Facebook group, Reddit community, or a local conversation club, interacting with others forces you to think in English and respond in real time. At first, you might feel nervous, but the more you speak, the easier it becomes. I remember the first time I ordered food in English, I was scared. But when the waiter understood me, I felt a huge boost of confidence. Every small success helps you become more comfortable using the language. Fluency isn't about speaking perfectly, it's about being able to communicate. The more you talk, the more confident you will become. Immersion is the secret to mastering English. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to surround yourself with the language. You just need to engage with it actively every day. Engage actively with English shows, songs, and content. Don't just listen. Pause, repeat, and practice. Turn everything into a learning opportunity. Write down new words, use them in sentences, and mimic native speakers. Speak with real people. The fastest way to improve is to start speaking, even if you make mistakes. Imagine fluency as a puzzle. Every interaction, every sentence you speak, and every word you learn adds a piece to the bigger picture. The more you immerse yourself, the faster the puzzle will come together. Start immersing yourself today, and soon, English will feel like second nature. Tip 3. Mastering the fundamentals. Fluency isn't just about speaking fast, it's about speaking correctly and confidently. And to do that, you need a strong foundation in grammar and vocabulary. 1. Build a strong foundation first. Imagine trying to build a house without a solid foundation. No matter how beautiful the design is, the structure will eventually collapse. Learning English works the same way. Without a strong foundation in grammar and vocabulary, everything else will feel unstable. Think of grammar and vocabulary as the building blocks of fluency. Without them, it's difficult to form meaningful sentences or express yourself clearly. If your foundation is weak, you might struggle to put words together correctly, making it harder for others to understand you. To build a strong base, focus on the most commonly used words and essential grammar rules first. Studies show that learning the top 1,000 most frequently used words in English covers about 80% of daily conversations. Instead of memorizing random vocabulary, learn words in context. For example, by reading short stories or simple articles. Practice with simple sentence structures first, then gradually add complexity. For example, start with I like apples. Basic sentence. I like apples because they are sweet. Slightly more complex. I like apples because they are sweet and full of vitamins, which are good for my health. More advanced. The goal is to build confidence in simple communication before moving on to more complicated sentence patterns. Don't rush. Mastering the basics will make your English clear, natural, and effective. 2. Mistakes are not failures, they're proof you're learning. Many learners fear making mistakes when speaking English. They worry about sounding silly or being judged. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not failures, they are signs of progress. Think of mistakes like learning to ride a bike. The first time you try, you might fall. But each fall teaches you something new: how to balance, how to control the bike, how to avoid obstacles. If you never make mistakes, you never learn. Instead of feeling embarrassed, analyze your mistakes and use them to improve. Ask yourself, A. What went wrong? A. How can I say it correctly next time? A. Is there a pattern in my mistakes? Don't hesitate to ask for feedback. Whether it's from a teacher, a language partner, or an online learning community, feedback helps you correct mistakes and grow. Many online forums and apps allow you to submit sentences for correction. Take advantage of them. Keep practicing even if you feel stuck. Fluency is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them and improving over time. If you wait until you're perfect before speaking, you'll never start. For example, if you accidentally say he go to school, instead of feeling frustrated, recognize your mistake. It should be he goes to school. And practice similar sentences to reinforce the correct pattern. Fluency is not about speaking perfectly, it's about communicating effectively. So embrace your mistakes and keep going. 3. Flashcards are great, but application is key. Flashcards are one of the best tools for memorizing new words and grammar rules. But memorization alone is not enough. You have to apply what you learn in real situations. Learning English is like working out. You can't just watch fitness videos, you have to actually exercise. Flashcards help you review and remember words, but to truly internalize them, you need to use them in your daily life. Here's how. Writing. Instead of just memorizing words, write sentences using them. For example, if your flashcard says delicious, write, The cake is delicious. I ate a delicious meal last night. Can you recommend a delicious restaurant? Speaking. Challenge yourself to use new words in daily conversations. If you learn the word comfortable, try using it while speaking. This chair is very comfortable. I feel comfortable speaking English now. Listening. Pay attention to how native speakers use words in real situations. If you hear a word you've learned, take note of how it is pronounced and used in a sentence. For example, if you learn the word confident, listen for it in TV shows or podcasts. Do native speakers say, I am confident, or I feel confident? This reinforces proper usage and helps you remember the word naturally. Flashcards are a great start, but if you don't actively use the words you learn, they will remain passive knowledge. The goal is to move words from your memory into your active vocabulary, words that you can use naturally in conversations. The more you use new words and grammar in real-life situations, the faster they become part of your active vocabulary. Fluency is built on a strong foundation of grammar, vocabulary, and practice. The more you understand and apply the fundamentals, the easier it becomes to speak confidently and correctly. Master the basics first. Grammar and vocabulary are the foundation of fluency. The stronger your foundation, the easier everything else becomes. Mistakes are part of the process. Don't be afraid to make errors. They are proof that you're learning and improving. Use what you learn. Apply new vocabulary and grammar in speaking, writing, and listening. The more you use English, the more natural it becomes. Treat English like a skill. Keep practicing, refining, and applying, and soon you'll speak with confidence. Tip 4. Conquering the fear of speaking. Speaking English is one of the biggest challenges for learners, but it's also the fastest way to fluency. The key? Overcoming fear and just getting started. 1. Everyone feels nervous, but you have to start. Many learners are afraid to speak English because they don't want to make mistakes. I completely understand. I felt the same way. Whenever I tried to speak, I worried about saying the wrong word, mispronouncing something, or using incorrect grammar. I thought that if I made a mistake, people would laugh at me. But then I realized something important. Would you be afraid to speak your native language just because you might make a small mistake? Of course not. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. They mispronounce words, forget grammar rules, and sometimes struggle to express themselves clearly. But does that stop them from speaking? No. They just keep going because communication is what really matters. And mistakes are normal. Even native speakers make them. You don't have to be perfect to be understood. Speaking, even imperfectly, is how you improve. The more you speak, the faster your brain adapts and corrects itself. Fluency is about communication, not perfection. If people understand what you're saying, you are already succeeding. Think of speaking English like learning to ride a bike. When you first start, you might fall. But each time you get back up, you improve a little more. Over time, you find your balance, gain confidence, and eventually, riding a bike becomes effortless. Don't let fear hold you back. Every mistake is a step toward improvement. 2. Start small, then build up. Speaking English fluently doesn't mean you have to jump into deep conversations right away. If you try to talk about complex topics before you're ready, you'll feel frustrated and overwhelmed. Instead, the best way to improve is to start small and gradually build up. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't start by lifting the heaviest weights. You begin with simple exercises and gradually increase the intensity. Start with basic phrases. Practice simple greetings, introductions, and common expressions like, hi, how are you? My name is. I live in. Nice to meet you. Expand your conversations gradually. Once you feel comfortable with basic phrases, try adding more details. Instead of just saying, I like music, say, I like listening to pop music because it makes me feel happy. Instead of just saying, I am from Brazil, say, I am from Brazil and I live in Sao Paulo. It's a big city with great food and culture. Join language exchange groups or find a speaking partner. Practicing with someone else makes speaking easier because you know they are also learning. There are many websites and apps where you can find language partners, such as Tandem, Hello Talk, and Conversation Exchange. The key is to increase the difficulty step by step. The more you practice, the easier speaking becomes. Eventually, you'll be able to hold full conversations without overthinking. Think of fluency as climbing a staircase. You take one step at a time, and before you know it, you've reached the top. Take small steps every day. The more you practice, the easier speaking becomes. 3. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Many learners try to improve on their own because they feel shy or embarrassed to ask for help. But the truth is, every successful learner asks for help when needed. No one learns a language alone. Think of a tutor or conversation partner as a personal trainer for your English skills. They guide you, correct your mistakes, and help you improve faster, just like a trainer helps you get stronger at the gym. Join online communities. There are many free resources where you can practice English with real people. Websites like Reddit's r/English Learning, Facebook groups, and Discord servers have active communities where learners support each other. Find a mentor or tutor. Even short lessons can boost your confidence and help you improve faster. Many platforms, such as Preply, italki, and Cambly, allow you to book lessons with native speakers. Use apps and online resources. Record yourself speaking, get feedback, and track your progress. Some apps, like Elsa Speak and Speako, even help improve pronunciation. Think about professional athletes. Even the best athletes in the world have coaches who help them improve. Learning English is no different. Having someone to guide you will help you progress faster and avoid common mistakes. If you feel stuck, reach out for help. Whether it's a teacher, a language partner, or an online tutor, getting feedback will boost your confidence and accelerate your learning. You don't have to figure everything out alone. Use the resources available to you and improve faster. Speaking English is scary at first, but it's the best way to improve. The more you practice, ask for help, and take small steps, the more confident you will become. Don't fear mistakes. They're proof that you're learning and making progress. Start small and build your way up. Begin with simple phrases and gradually expand your conversations. Ask for help. Mentors, tutors, and language partners can help you improve faster. Speaking English is like learning any new skill. It takes time, practice, and patience. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. The more you speak, the easier and more natural it becomes. So start today. Your future fluent self will thank you. Tip 5. Embracing a growth mindset. Fluency in English isn't just about learning words and grammar. It's about having the right mindset. If you believe in your ability to grow, nothing can stop you. 1. Fluency takes time. Trust the process. Many learners feel frustrated when they don't see instant results. I completely understand. Learning English can sometimes feel like a slow process, and there may be days when you feel stuck. However, it's important to trust the process and keep going. Think of learning English like getting in shape. You don't see muscles after one workout, but if you exercise consistently over time, the results will start to appear. The same applies to language learning. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, but every bit of practice adds up. And there will be ups and downs. Some days, you'll feel amazing because you understood a conversation easily. Other days, you might struggle to find the right words. That's normal. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. If something feels difficult, it means you're pushing your limits and improving. Consistency is more important than speed. It's better to practice a little every day than to study for hours once a week and then forget everything. The key is patience and persistence. Every small effort you make today will lead to big results in the future. Instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, look back and see how much you've already improved. The key is patience. Every small effort today leads to big results in the future. 2. Stop comparing yourself. Focus on your own progress. It's easy to look at others and feel discouraged. You might see someone speaking fluently and you think, Why am I not there yet? But the truth is, every learner has a unique journey. Think of learning a language like running a marathon. Everyone starts at different points, runs at different speeds, and faces different challenges. Some people may learn faster because they have more time to practice, while others may take longer but still achieve fluency in the end. Celebrate your own milestones, no matter how small. Maybe today you understood a movie scene without subtitles. That's a win. Maybe you had a short conversation in English for the first time. Congratulations. Every small step counts. Track your improvement. Keep a journal of new words you learn. Record yourself speaking, or write down your progress. When you feel stuck, look back and see how much you've improved over time. Your journey is unique. The only person you should compare yourself to is your past self. If you are better today than you were yesterday, you are making progress. Instead of saying, "I'm not fluent yet," say, "I'm getting better every day." Instead of thinking, "I'll never be as good as that person," think, "I'm improving at my own pace." The goal isn't to be better than someone else, it's to be better than you were yesterday. 3. Set big goals, but break them into small steps. Many learners say, "I want to be fluent in English." That's a great goal, but it's too big and vague. If you don't have a clear plan, it can feel overwhelming and hard to measure progress. Think of it like fitness. You wouldn't just say, "I want to be fit," and expect results. Instead, you'd set specific goals like, "I want to run 5 kilometers," or "I want to lift 20 kilograms. The same applies to English. Visualize your fluency. Picture yourself having a full conversation, watching a movie without subtitles, or giving a presentation in English. What skills do you need to reach that goal? Break it down. Instead of just saying, "I want to be fluent," set small, achievable goals like, learn 5 new words per day. Speak for 10 minutes daily, even if it's just talking to yourself. Watch 1 English video per week without subtitles. Write 1 short paragraph in English every day. Challenge yourself. Step out of your comfort zone. Try speaking with a native speaker, writing an essay, or reading a book in English. These challenges will push you forward and help you grow faster. When you set small, manageable goals, you will stay motivated and see steady progress. The important thing is to keep going, even when progress feels slow. Think of fluency as a long journey. If you keep taking small steps every day, one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. Set goals, stay consistent, and enjoy the journey. Your mindset is the key to success in learning English. If you believe you can improve, you will. The most successful learners are those who stay patient, stay consistent, and never give up. Be patient. Fluency takes time, but every effort counts. Trust the process and keep practicing. Focus on your own progress, not others. Celebrate your small wins and measure your own improvement. Set clear goals and break them into steps. Small, achievable goals will keep you motivated and on track. Fluency is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every word you learn, every conversation you have, and every mistake you make is bringing you closer to your goal. The journey to fluency is yours to create. Embrace it, enjoy it, and never stop learning. Conclusion. So there you have it, the 5 expert-backed tips that will take your English fluency to the next level. But remember, just watching this video won't make you fluent. You have to take action. Let's recap what you've learned today. 1. Consistent practice is key. You can't become fluent by studying only once a week. Just like working out, practicing every day, even for just 15 minutes, makes a huge difference. Try this. Set a reminder to practice speaking out loud every morning. Describe your day, even if it's just a few sentences. 2. Immerse yourself in English. The more English you surround yourself with, the more natural it becomes. Try this. Next time you watch Netflix, turn off subtitles and repeat key phrases. When listening to music, sing along and look up the lyrics. 3. Master the fundamentals. A strong foundation in grammar and vocabulary helps you speak clearly and correctly. But don't just memorize, apply what you learn. Try this. Every time you learn a new word, write a sentence using it. Even better, use it in a conversation that same day. 4. Overcome the fear of speaking. Mistakes are not failures, they are proof that you are learning. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Try this. Challenge yourself to order food or ask for directions in English next time you're at a cafe or traveling. 5. Adopt a growth mindset. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Focus on progress, not perfection. Try this. Set small, achievable goals, like learning 5 new words per day or having a 5-minute conversation in English this week. Now it's your turn. Which of these 5 tips are you going to apply first? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your English learning journey. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, so more English learners can benefit from it. Subscribe to the channel for more expert tips on English fluency. Share this with a friend who is also learning English. Fluency is within your reach. Keep practicing, keep improving, and most importantly, enjoy the process. See you in the next video.